Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing the beauty consumer tag. Well, I'm going to be doing it, and I'm just going to be answering the questions. Now, I first saw this on Abby Williamson's channel. If you haven't watched her channel before, it's absolutely incredible. I love her and Lauren May Beauty because they always talk about anti-consumerism. Like, those are kind of my two go-to anti-consumerism slash funny videos you watch about cosmetics that aren't just centered around going to the store and buying the stuff, basically. However, this tag was actually started by 90s Love Child, another awesome channel. I will link all of the channels that I mentioned in the description box below if you want to go check them out. So let's get into the questions. The first is, how much do you spend on makeup a month, a year? So if you've been watching me for a little while now, last year I went on a low buy that I didn't talk about at all on my channel, and I bought two concealers from L'Oreal and CoverGirl to do a video, which I will link down below. I bought one Wet n Wild Color Icon palette, which is the imitation to Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance, which I didn't mention in a video, but I'm including in my Decade Pan this year. Two foundations by Wet n Wild. So that's 5 makeup products, and I know I bought one serum from The Ordinary, which was the niacinamide and zinc one, which is in my skincare project pan, and it's actually almost finished. So I've been really good this year. I will tally up the totals right here for what I spent on beauty, although I am in a very fortunate place where I have received so much PR over the last few years that I'm able to dig in my stash and constantly shop through it. So I'm not as incentivized to go out and buy products. What I've spent more money on in recent years, if I really look back, has been IKEA furniture to house the products I'm keeping. And if I look at the amount of products that I've had to let go because they've reached expiration before I've gotten the chance to either use them or give them away, it makes me very uncomfortable. And it's why I'm focusing on panning from now on going forward. Previously, I spent hundreds of dollars at Sephora and Shoppers Drug Mart, which is kind of like a pharmacy. It's like CVS, I guess. I spent so much money, and looking back, I very much regret the money that I spent. So number 2, do you ever feel guilty about how much money you spent? I just answered that question. I feel very guilty because I just think about the amounts. Fortunately, I never made VIB Rouge, but I was definitely like the one in between. Do you get FOMO related to makeup releases? Do I fear missing out? Yes, I feared missing out a lot previously because my channel was very much oriented on new releases. If you see, one of my most viewed videos is actually the Maybelline nude palette, or the nudes, and much of the reason why that video did so successfully was because it was close to the launch date that it came out in Canada, and even though it had come out in the States, for some weird reason, YouTube really picked up that video. And I've noticed that if you were the first to post about a new product that is popular or from a popular brand like Urban Decay back in the day with the Naked palettes, then you got a lot of traction. So my FOMO was, yes, I loved the products, but then afterwards it was, okay, it's very competitive right now and I need to get such and such product right away so that I can swatch it or show it on my channel so that I can gain traction. And I think it's really harmful, the direction that the beauty community has gone, because it's gone a lot more towards consumerism as opposed to a love for makeup and makeup looks. Like, if you look at the type of videos that are in style now, tutorials are kind of out, and get ready with me with that new popular palette is, you know, more in. 4, do you purchase or keep items simply because they are limited edition? Yes. I'm not even going to lie to you guys that I haven't kept things because they were limited edition. The only MAC thing that I have that was limited edition was, it was like that lipstick tube with the water droplets. It was so cool and I really liked that, and I'm not getting rid of that. There were Urban Decay palettes, like the 15-year anniversary palette, that I'm not getting rid of because it was limited edition and I really enjoy the packaging, and you could actually use it as a storage box later. But now looking at it, like, I'm not that attached to it, but I kind of just still want to keep it. However, I'm not tempted to buy new limited edition things because the allure of limited edition products faded really quickly for me when I got into doing a lot more reviewed based stuff, because the lifespan of your posts when you talk about limited edition products is very short. The marketing and the way that companies kind of play on your fear of missing out for limited edition products is just like, you're just buying it because it's limited edition and you have something in your stash that's probably similar to it. So I prefer to review or dabble in things that are permanent. Number 5, would you be willing to pay more for a sold out product online? No. No, I would not. I already think makeup is so expensive. I remember when I wanted things like those NARS blush palettes and stuff, and I was paying like $70 for that. I can't even imagine what would happen if those limited edition palettes had sold out and then started popping up on eBay. If you've watched the documentary Broken, for example, when like Kylie lip kits were sold out in seconds and they created this false sense of, oh my god, this false sense of FOMO, essentially. They started selling fake lip kits online that had like things spanning from horse pee to crazy glue. So no, I'm just so scared of fake makeup and just scared of getting gypped, and I honestly don't feel the need to splurge extra on products that are already sold out. I won't even buy scalped tickets for concerts, even if I'm dying to go. I'm not spending the extra money because it's just, next time I learn my lesson, I need to buy earlier. That's it. Number 6, do you wish you could spend more or less? Now, currently I'm wishing to spend 0, and I wish I had spent less, and I wish I had less stuff. 7, do you feel compelled to buy something when you see it in someone else's collection? Yes. Sometimes I see things on Instagram videos and they're people I know personally, and like I love their taste and the way that they do their makeup, and I'm like, oh my god, I wish I had that blush. Ah, it's so pretty. And I'm very enticed by packaging and just like the embossing in powders, especially blushes and things. I'm very attracted to color stories and eyeshadow palettes, but I'm not even that person who loves to wear eyeshadow. So I have to kind of look back and just kind of remind myself, like, hey, like, you don't need that stuff. You don't even like to wear eyeshadow every day. Why would you get that if you're not going to finish it up? Number 8 is, do you buy more during the holidays? I mean, don't we all spend more during the holidays? I have not spent more on makeup this holiday season. I also tend to steer clear from holiday value packs now. I used to love them before and I would buy a whole bunch from like Bite Beauty and from Sephora, which is kind of ridiculous. Like, why are we paying for samples? Like, that's stupid, but that's a whole other deal. I don't buy those value kits anymore because A, I have too much makeup, but B, they are not as good quality as the kind of permanent line versions of those items. One example is Tarte blushes. I think the Tarte blush palettes are not as good as the singles, like the Amazonian clay ones. The same goes for the NARS blush palettes. Usually there's blushes in there that I won't actually use because they don't work with my complexion. It's kind of like a free-for-all, whereas I could just go and pick out a color that I like that specifically works for me instead of buying a pack of potentially items I'm not going to use up. So number 9, have you ever hidden a makeup purchase from family or friends? No, I haven't been able to because whenever I did do hauls, I put them online. My closest friends and family, whether it was like whoever I was dating at the time and what have you, they usually noticed when I'd post a video, so yeah. The thing is, when you're a blogger and when you've been a blogger for as long as I have, you want to catalog everything you buy just in case there's some kind of interest or something. So I very much want to know what my viewers want to watch. So I will always kind of mention things in passing and see if I get reactions to see if it's worth talking more about. So I don't hide any hauls. Number 10, do you have more than 10 products in your collection that you have not used in over a month? Hell yes, I do. I have so many items. Apart from PR, even loads of things that I've bought in the past, I just haven't used at all. Like, there's no way. There's no way. Number 11, have you ever felt pressured to purchase something you could not afford or did not need? I think the time I felt the most pressure to buy something I didn't need that I can remember was probably Naked 3. Like, no one was twisting my arm to buy it or anything, but it was very much like I thought I needed to buy it. And it ended up being a palette that I failed to include in my project pan to the extent that I wanted to last year. And same with Naked 2, actually, because they weren't even really color stories I was that interested in from the get-go compared to Naked 1. As for now, not so much. Like, I'm quite old, so some makeup just like, it all kind of looks the same to me now. Number 12, do you purchase makeup for collector reasons? I used to. I used to think that I wanted to get all of the Naked palettes because, I mean, I started making videos at a time when the Naked palettes were the-ish, like Urban Decay was the-ish, but I feel like Urban Decay is kind of like the Gap of the makeup industry now. It's like no one cares about them anymore and everyone's talking about other brands like Anastasia Beverly Hills, which is kind of having a fall a little bit, but then there's, you know, ColourPop and everything, so it's a bit passé almost. I don't feel the need to collect anything. Number 13, in your makeup journey, have you become less or more consumeristic? I became more consumeristic and then I became less. I read Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. I started KonMariing a lot of things in my life, not to the point of becoming a minimalist, but to the point of being like, hey, this is too much stuff. And then I've also finished more than half of the Total Money Makeover recently. I would say I've become a lot more conscious of my budget being consumed by things I'm overspending on, whether that be food, makeup, clothes. And also, I just don't like my space to feel very cluttered anymore, and I'm still living in the clutter of being a beauty blogger. Those are the 13 questions. I would like to tag Danielle and S blogs because I love Danielle. And I would also like to tag Elma from Elrose Addiction. And if you want to do this video, I tag you as well. Please let me know in the comments down below if you've done it. Link me to the video if possible, and I will go and check it out and I will comment. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can follow me on Alexa Likes on Instagram, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!